Thinking about hiring your first VA, this is the number one task I recommend you have them start with, unless you have something that you really need to get off your plate. But pretty much everyone has this task. And that, my friend, is responding to emails. Responding to emails is one of the biggest bottlenecks in a business, and it is something that an owner should remove themselves from as quickly as possible because it often leads to runaway tasks. You get an email, you need to schedule something, you need to go find something, you need to go search for a document. It starts to take away and chip away at your time. And I definitely recommend never starting your day with responding to emails because then you give that most precious, usually your most focused, energetic hour to a tedious, time consuming, and quite frankly, a low value task. So, very early on, what I had my VA do was she went in and she actually pre-filled answers to all of my emails. Now, that didn't mean I wasn't aware of what's going on. I read every single email and I give her feedback. I give her feedback on my tone, I give her feedback on, my thoughts, my philosophies. A lot of my emails are people asking for help and support, and I want to make sure that I give them the time they deserve and be as helpful as I possibly can be. But quite frankly, I don't always have the time to give those emails what they deserve. And so from the beginning, I've had my VA go in and help me pre-fill those emails, especially because, quite frankly, I get asked the same question a lot. So over time, what I would do is as I was going through her replies, I would record a Loom video and give her feedback on my thoughts. I probably wouldn't have worded it this way, and here's why. I don't use this many exclamation points, things like that, so that she starts to get to know my preferences. Also, when tasks come up from the email, like for example, having to go schedule something, she will then make sure that I actually schedule it or even go ahead and schedule it for me, put it on my calendar and bring my attention to it. So I'm reading every single email and I am responding to every single email, but I'm definitely getting help from my VA to make sure that they are as helpful as they possibly can be, and that it's kind of taking this task that can be very tedious and a runaway task off my plate. Even if you have only an hour a day to offer them as work, that might be what they want. There are lots of freelancer VAs who have multiple clients, and this is exactly the kind of task they want. They want maybe just 5 hours of work a week, and that is going to free up your time, your energy, and just your mental space to be able to focus on other things.